Hey, it's good to have you back here again. Well, it's time to start one of our dark canvases this time, and what I've done is I've covered the canvas with just a layer of black oil paint. That's all it is. I covered it all up. It's really opaque. It's ready to be painted on. I don't have any linseed oil, and I don't have anything to make it all wet beforehand, so we're actually going to be painting on a dry canvas today. Well, as I get started here, all the names of the colors are going to be listed for you. Let's start off with our 2-inch brush like we always do. Alright. I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little bit of this white here. I'm going to take some of the blue. And we're just going to start with this. That's all we're going to do. We're going to start right up here with the sky. That's all we're going to do. And when I start with my sky like this, I always use crisscross strokes like this, okay? And you know what you want to do? You know what you want to do? I'm going to get a little bit of white in here. And as I go down, the sky is going to get a little wider. The sky is going to get a little wider. You don't always have to start a painting by painting on a wet canvas. Like I usually do with all the white paint and the linseed oil and all that. You'll notice that while I'm painting this, as I get down to, say, the horizon line is going to be right about here. Right about here. Yeah. Okay. As I get to that horizon line, we're going to see the sky get a little wider as we go down. But also it's going to appear more intense at the top, where all the ultramarine blue is going to be. Okay. Now we're getting pretty close to the horizon line here. We don't have to paint every little thing. In fact, I'm just going to paint a little bit extra down here. Okay. And then I'm going to get some of the ultramarine and then just go right up to the top like this. Yeah. I want to make sure to really hammer those corners with that color there. Because you know what? As we go down, the color gets less and less intense and gets more and more white. Or it might be even another color if you have some other colors going in like a sunset kind of situation. So maybe your sky might not even be blue. I don't know. It's up to you. This is just one way you could paint. This is how you could paint, not how you should paint. Remember that. Okay, we got one 2-inch brush down. Let's go ahead and set this one aside and let's get our other one. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take my 1-inch brush here and I'm going to just scrub some things in. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull out a little bit of our chrome yellow. Just a tiny bit, okay? Just like that. And just the smallest amount of the vermilion. Okay, you gotta be real careful with that vermilion. Vermilion is a powerful color. Whew. That's one for the bingo card, isn't it? I don't know if you've been watching very long, but we have ourselves a little bit of a bingo card on this show. Not a real one, just a kind of a mental one where I do all kinds of things every episode, and when you see them, you can just mentally check it off. Like sometimes I hoot like an owl when things get hard, so I go, whew. Or maybe I get pain on myself. That's when it happens a lot. Okay, let's go ahead now and we'll just scrub these things in. We're just gonna make some clouds there. It doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, and when you run out of paint, you can just go in there again. There it goes. Okay. And we can go down in here. There. You'd be surprised how effective just scrubbing it in like that is. We can go back in here and get some of this, and okay, and maybe we'll go over here and get a little bit of that. Look at that, we're already creating all kinds of layers of clouds and things. Here, we'll go in just get a little bit of that too, and then maybe we'll, yep, there's another one, and there, okay. Just scrub the brush, scrub it. Okay? You don't have to work real hard at it, just scrub it. Okay, now I've got all kinds of clouds already. We'll set aside our 1-inch brush. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the clean 2-inch. Now these brushes that I use like this, they're made with natural hairs. That's important because the brushes made with synthetic hairs tend to separate and streak a lot. But the natural hair ones, they don't do that quite so much. They tend to stay together and do nice smooth paintings. Now what I'm going to do at the top of this, I'm going to do a little bit of a floof. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to curve the brush like this. So it doesn't look like the clouds are kind of just raining. If you do it straight down, up and down, like the clouds are just going, you floof it like that, just straight up and down, it's going to look like the clouds are raining down on you. So unless you want it to be a drizzly day, don't do that. Do a little curve and floof it. It's the floof maneuver. Okay. Now with the other side of the brush, just the tip of it, go around on those bottom edges and kind of mist them out. Right? That's all there is to it. Okay. Find everywhere you think there's going to be the bottom of a cloud, like maybe right there, right here too. Mist it out. Mist. Soft. Don't really hammer at this. Use just the tip. That's all there is to it. Right now. That's what she said, right? Yep. Okay. Alright. Just the tip. Use a couple of those hairs and mist out those edges there. Okay? Maybe even give this one a little floof. Floof. There. Floof it. Okay. Now, from side to side here, again, very softly. Very softly. Blend it out. Don't have to do anything hardly. Just very lightly graze the canvas. That's all there is to it. Okay? And boom, we've got a sky. Now, let's set that aside for right now. Make some decisions about what we want to do. Ooh, I know what I want to do. We got ourselves a little bit of a mutiny on the palette here. We've got Lizard Crimson. He's got some ideas. Well, and so does his buddy over to his left. Lizard Crimson's buddy over here, Thalo Green. Yeah, they both got some funny ideas, don't they? Well, we'll take care of them. I tell you, these colors, these materials are all conspiring against you every painting, so you gotta be careful. Gotta watch out for them, because they're up to no good. They got some funny business going on. All right, let's make some decisions here about what we want to do. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of this ultramarine here. You know what? I might get a touch of the Thalo Green there. Okay, just a touch. I want a lot more ultramarine in this. Okay, with just a hint of the Thalo Green. Okay, and maybe we'll just get a little bit of that. Maybe we'll just get a touch of the Lizard Crimson too. Why not? Throw that in there. I think that would be a nice color, right? Yeah, that would be a nice color. Okay. Yeah, just pull that out. There it goes. Let me get some more of that ultramarine in there. There it goes. That's the way. Okay. Now right about, pick our horizon line here. I think the horizon is going to be right about here. Okay. So you go across like that, and you want to keep this relatively straight. If you do it like a diagonal, you know what's going to happen. You're going to turn your painting into a picture. I mean a picture, like you're going to pour yourself a drink. Because that's what's going to happen. All that water's going to fall right out of the picture, go right on the floor. You better have a glass nearby, or else your significant other's going to be real mad at you. They're going to kick you out of the house. Okay. Here, let me get some more of that color there. Now you can barely see this on one of these dark canvases, which is one of the joys of painting on it, I think, is that you get to hide those transparent colors really well. There's going to be some rocks over to the side over here, so we're going to leave that pretty bare. Pretty bare. Okay. There we go. That's the way. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take I'm just going to set this brush over to the side over here. It's almost time to start cleaning. It's almost time, but not quite yet. I'm going to take all this white we got here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start off in the distance over here, and I'm just going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move left to right. Because imagine all these waves and things. They're kind of just going every which way, aren't they? Yeah, a little bit. They're not even really waves, they're just kind of ripples in the water. So they kind of just, they do whatever they want, more or less. Alright, maybe over here, over in the distance, we got a little bit more of that ultramarine color, so I'll pull that through. I'll take my ultramarine color like this, and I'll pull this through the white just to get more of that highlight in there. That's a quick way to get a lot of white in your color without mixing a ton of it. Okay, so we'll go over here and get some more of this, maybe some more over this way. There's some more water right there. Maybe over here you got a lot of that. Maybe we'll start planning for the rocks over here. And there's going to be kind of a pier off to this side over here, so we can plan for that too. Alright? Look at all that. Look at all the planning we've already done. We've barely gotten started. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, that's great. Okay. I'm going to get some more color right about here. Yep. There it goes. Right about here. There. Okay. Okay, I think we got our water just about planned there. We might have gotten a little haywire over there on the horizon line, but that's okay. Everything's fine. Alright, now let's go ahead here and set this brush over to the side. I'm not ready to clean quite yet. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take some of that. I'm going to take some of that ultramarine. I'm going to take alizarin. And boy, it's going to be one of those days where it's a little sunny outside, so people are out having fun again. We're not all cooped up. We're not all watching reruns of Friends and Frasier and all that on TV. Because how many episodes of Frasier can we really handle? Well, if you're like me, you can handle a lot of them. I do enjoy me some of that. But you know what? It's time to go outside again, get some fresh air, and talk to some people. Because we're social animals, right? And that's what people are doing in this picture. We're out and we're ready to mingle. Okay. Let me cut. Here's what I do. I mix up that color, and I mix the alizarin with the ultramarine over here and the phthalo green over here, and I create this base color. It's real dark. It's almost black. It's pretty much black, but it leans a little bit toward the bluish green. Okay. Or I can make it lean a little bit toward alizarin if I want, just like so. Just like that. Just like that. Take a little bit of the alizarin, and you can make it lean pretty much any way you want. There it goes. There it goes. You can even take a little bit more. Why not? I think I want a lot of alizarin on that. Okay? And that's all there is to it. Okay? Alright, so now that I got that, and I got more paint than I think I need, it's really important to get more paint than you think you need, because so often you'll paint and you'll think you'll get the right amount, but then you'll run out. Don't do that. And then once you have it, you cut across and get a little roll right on your knife there. That's a handsome roll, isn't it? Still got a lot of paint on there too. And before you actually do that, you want to go on with your other knife. I got a small knife here that I'm using. Hopefully you have two knives. If you don't, just go ahead and clean off the knife you were using. And we'll go over here, this little area, and we'll start scraping away. Okay? That's what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. Scrape away the paint. And right about here, we'll make some plans. We're going to make some plans. We got to plan ahead, right? Right. We're going to plan to right about yay height. So it's important to draw with your knife before you go ahead and do things, Yeah. Maybe you don't know that, but you do now. Alright. I can take my little edge here, go ahead and carve a little platform like that. There it goes. In fact, if I want to refine it, I can. Whatever I want to do. Remember, this is your painting. You can do whatever you want. Angle it a little differently and go for it. Okay. So right in the middle, right about here, we got a post there, we got a post here, and we're going to have a post right about here. Here, let me put down my palette, get my arm a little bit of a rest while I plan this out. Okay. And we're going to have a post right about there, maybe right about there. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have a post in all these areas like this. You want to try to make them try to keep your perspective in mind when you're doing this. Make them gradually get smaller as they get toward the the pier over here, where that lighthouse is supposed to be. And our lighthouse is going to be, let me go ahead and wipe this on the roll of paper towels we got. We got a roll of paper towels that we use to wipe our paint on when we're doing all this scraping and stuff. Okay, so right about in here is where the lighthouse is going to be, okay? Right about there. And then we'll stop right about here, I think. Okay. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. There it goes. You just want to carve out, the general shape. You don't want to go too crazy, and you don't want to go too crazy, do you? Maybe you do want to go crazy. I don't know. Alright. So I'm scraping out that. I got this over here. There. I think we got the top of this thing done. Okay. Well, we don't have it painted yet, so it's not done, but it's blocked in, so that's good. Alright. I do this so that when I finally lay the paint down, it goes down real easy because I don't have to think too hard. Okay, there's going to be a leg that goes down right here, another leg that goes down right about there, another leg that goes down right about here, okay, like that, and another leg that's going to go down right next to it, right about there. Okay, there's our lighthouse, looking ever so handsome. And of course there's going to be all the supports and whatnot, but we're not going to put those on quite yet. We're just going to focus on some of the big stuff, okay? There it goes. Here. Here's what I can do. Script that out again. Alright. Maybe we want it to go slightly more this way. You think? You think? Okay. There it goes. There it goes. Alright. Now I'll take my big old knife, the big old knife with all the paint on it right here, and I'm going to block in some of these things right now. Let's go ahead and start planning this out. That's all we do here is we're just planning. We're not really making any commitments. Well, we are committing a dark to the canvas, so there's that. But we can still play around with things and get it just right. So don't worry, if you follow it up a little bit, it's all right. Probably right about here. Okay. If you need to, go ahead and get a little bit more paint and go all the way down here, and there it goes. There it goes. Remember, there's going to be a big old pile of rocks over here, so get ourselves mentally prepared for that. And a lot of painting is getting yourself mentally prepared. I don't know if you know that. It's a lot like sports psychology in a way. You can really psych yourself out before you even begin a painting if you're not careful. You can start getting fears about the way that's going to turn out, but you know what? You got to conquer your fears in this area, especially if you ever want to paint a picture. You gotta try to look past the fear of failure, because inevitably you're going to fail a little bit. You're going to fail a little bit here. Let me get this going all the way out here. There. Well, that's looking nice. That's a nice angle right there. Okay. I don't mind that at all. There it goes. There it goes. And now it's going to go right to about, we're going to go about yay far. Okay. Right about here. There it goes. Right about there. I am painting on a canvas that I painted on before, so sometimes the texture can make it a little bit more challenging to paint on, but it's still fun to do. I don't let it bother me too much. There. We got that right there. So that's done. Okay. Now we got 3 legs here. You should have a palette knife that has a couple of different edges on it. One is a big edge, one is a small edge. For this next section here, we're going to use the small edge. So right about here. Okay, we'll use that. And we'll use this. Okay, and then we'll use this down here. You can bring it down down pretty far because of the perspective that we're going to use. Like maybe, yep, right about, stop right about here, I think. Yeah, go about, I'll stop about maybe halfway between the bottom of the panel or the canvas and stop. Yeah, let's go right about this way. Yeah, there's some good perspective right there, right? Yeah, that's solid. Okay, now what we want to do, now we got that, let's go ahead and smear some of that on the canvas. And we're not done quite yet because we got to get this guy right here, right? This old lighthouse here, yeah, we got to get him. We can't let him go unnoticed. He's got all kinds of things he's got to answer for. He's unpainted, right? What do you mean you're unpainted? He's just sitting there looking around, wondering what I'm talking about. And he's thinking to himself, well, I can't paint myself. You give him the old glare for a minute, and then you say, all right, a likely excuse, but I'll let you go for now. Yeah. Now, we put this dark color down because it's important to get all the shadowy stuff going before you start doing any highlights and stuff. Okay. Let's see. We'll go right here, right there, and you can angle the knife any which way, really. If you want to turn the knife around and put the knife upside down and stuff, I mean, go nuts. It's your painting. Go for it. Remember that. Remember that. You can do anything you want here. You don't have to do exactly what I say. You don't even have to paint this picture. You can try it out for yourself if you want. See what you can do with it, maybe. But you don't have to. You don't have to. Nope. Just remember that. Alright. Okay. There it goes. And we'll go through again and find that leg right there. And there it goes. Okay. And we got, ooh. Let's find, I think this might need to go a little lower. What do you think? You know, this is probably the third time that I've painted this lighthouse. I don't know why I keep coming back to this lighthouse, but I have a thing about lighthouses. I don't know. I think they're fun to paint. They're challenging. They're fun. Okay. And we'll go the other way. Just like that. There's another one that's kind of beneath that. Just like that. And you can paint that over there and this over here. Okay. And you can pick and choose which details you want to put on a lighthouse, of course, but there's always going to be a couple that you want to put on there. Now right here I'm going to put on the ladder bits, because there's a ladder that goes up to this thing. Okay. This one line is going to go right there. I'm going to run through the paint like that. Right like that. Okay. There. There it goes. Now right up here, there's a little bit of something. A little bit. Alright, there's that little light at the top, right? Yeah, that little light at the top. So we'll go ahead and paint that in. Cool. Cool. You know what? We could actually go ahead and paint some of these too. Because we got a nice dark mix that we can use for pretty much everything. I might want to use a little bit more blue in some of these, but I think this is going to make a nice base for right here. There. There it goes. That was mighty easy, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Here. We can go ahead and throw that over here. There. Man, we're really throwing in all the dark colors for this. We're totally throwing in every last silhouette before we actually paint anything first, aren't we? Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, maybe not all of them. Here. Let's throw in the people over here. There's going to be these little people right here. There's going to be another guy right about here. I can't believe I'm painting this all with just this knife here. Isn't that wild? Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Okay, and there's another one right next to him. Another one right next to him. Right there. There. Oh, the people are in the painting now. Okay, we can probably start doing some other stuff now at this point. let me smear all that back onto the palette like that. Here. Because you never know when we might want to use it again. We got a lot of that paint there, which is exactly what I want. Okay, first let's clean off the knives. You want to take the paper towel you got and wipe off the edges. And be careful to get your edges because, boy, they can get dirty fast and they can really hide some paint. Okay, that's clean enough to use. Let's go ahead and wipe off the rest of this. There it goes. Okay. Just gotta get that clean enough. Clean enough. There. Okay. Obviously, after you're done painting, you want to clean it a little better. But it just needs to be clean enough so that we can keep painting. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Okay? Alright. Now let's clean up the rest of these brushes. I got my fan brush right here. Now what I've got in my bucket down here, I've got a 5-gallon bucket filled with odorless turpentine. What I do is I wash it on the grating, get all that paint off, tap it, wipe it on the edge, and then I show it who's boss on the side of the easel here. Little hummingbird. Yeah, that's what happens when you have a brush that's real tiny and it kind of just whips at the edge of that easel. Okay, let's do our 1-inch brushes now. For the 2-inchers, the finale. And the encore. I think I forgot to wipe my brush on the paper towels during that last one, so let's go ahead and do that right here, right now. Okay. Alright. Well, now if we want those brushes ever again, we've got them. I don't know if we're going to need them, but we got them. Okay. Let's go ahead here and take a look at the... Ooh, I think I'm going to get a little bit of the chrome yellow, right like that. Alright, I'm going to get some white. Alright. So what color do we want to get for this? What color do we want to get? Well, I think we're going to want a touch of the blue. Touch of the blue, I said. To get that all dulled up here. We're going to get a real dull like this. We're just going to get a touch of the alizarin crimson too. And that's really all we need for this color right here. Alright. See how that looks. Ooh, that's going to look smart, I think. That's going to look good. Luckily, yellow is the brightest color, other than white, of course. Okay, smear it out. And then, well, actually, before we do that, I'm forgetting myself. We need to smooth this out, otherwise this is going to be really hard to paint on. Alright, this is where we're going to correct a few things. So let's go across And try to keep it straight, try to keep it straight, right, keep it straight, right like that, right like that, okay. And then we'll go down here. Okay. Okay. Right over this way. Right over that way. There's that too. Okay. And we'll smear some of the paint over here in the lighthouse. You know what we might need? We might need to get out another brush. We might need to get out a smaller brush for this. I don't know exactly what brush. We need a round. We need just a tiny round. Okay. Alright. There. This tiny brush will allow us to get in there and do some of the fine detail we wouldn't be able to do otherwise. Alright, now right about where that ladder is, we're going to start going this way. Okay, like that. There it goes. Okay, there it is. There it is. There it is. Alright. Now we can make some decisions up here. Do we want to cover up some of this? Yes, let's cover up some of this, and let's cover up a little bit of the lighthouse up there. Okay. Alright. We got a lot of paint, didn't we? Yeah. If you get too much of it, you can just smear some of that back on the palette, because who knows when you'll need it. Who knows when you'll need it. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of paint there. A lot of paint. Alright, let's go ahead and set this brush down for right now. I'm not going to do anything with it, I don't think. Not for a little while, at least. Here. This is another good way to get all that excess paint off. Just scrape it off. Just scrape it off and toss it down on your paper towel. Here. Let's get the roll out and take a look here. There it goes. Everything's looking good over here. Let's go ahead now and get out our light color. Oh boy, we got a lot of light color, didn't we? Here, let's ease up on that a little bit. And now we're just going to go right across all the way over here, the lighthouse. Okay. This is just going to be like the walkway. And we don't need a lot of paint up here. We don't need a lot of paint. In fact, we can go ahead and make the paint a little higher around where the lighthouse is, because the lighthouse is on a bit of a platform. It's got a little bit of a foundation. Yeah, that's right. It's got a little bit of a foundation right about here, covering up a lot of the legs and stuff. Or if the legs are firmly planted into, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Now we'll take some of this paint and we're going to go all the way across again this way. We can get a little bit more paint on the side here. There it goes. There it goes. Okay. There's that. There's that. Now we can add a little bit of white to this. A little bit of white to this, and we're going to keep it. We're going to keep it. There. We're actually going to add just a touch more white. Because you know what I like to say, you want to make things a little brighter than you think they should be. Make them a little bit brighter than you think they should be. We're going to use this color for the rocks later, but we're going to keep a little bit of the other color right over there. Alright? That's all there is to that. Yeah, that's all there is to that. Okay. So let's keep our knife over there that we're going to use. And now let's go ahead And let's start making up some darker colors over here, because we got to get something a little darker. We got to get something a little darker in here. Let's take a little bit of the vermilion with the ultramarine, I think. Okay. And we'll add a little bit of the chrome yellow. Okay, so that's got a green color. That's the thing about mixing yellow with anything, is that it pretty much automatically shifts it toward green. So it can be kind of a difficult color to work with, but you know what? It's still doable. It's still doable. Here. Yeah, we're already getting a nice color in here. Let's add a little bit of white to this. And we're getting a reddish color. We're looking for something a little bit more orange, I think. So let's take a little bit more of the chrome yellow. In fact, if we don't like what we're mixing, we can go ahead and place it over to the side over there. That's the reject pile right there. The pile of misfit colors, where banished colors go, never to be painted with ever again. Not really. We'll come back to it probably a little later, but not right now. Here, I want to get a little bit more red in this. We've almost got the color, I think. We've almost got the color. I just want it to be a little bit more brown. A little bit more brown. Come on. There it goes. I think we got something here. I think we got something. Alright. Alright. Okay. Let's just add a little bit of white. Just to liven it up a little bit. There it goes. Okay. And we don't have to mix it up too much, but we do want to go through. Here, pull it out. Like so. Cut through. And here. Let me place my palette down for a second, so I can focus a little better on these tiny little details right here. Alright, so right about here, next to the ladder. Right about here. I might want to use my little edge for this. Here it is. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. There it goes. You know what we can do, actually? You know what we can do? We can go ahead and just cover this whole thing, just like this. That's the way to really fast track it, because we can put some more darks in, you know? Yeah, that's right. We can just pop it in just like that. Get some more of that color. There we go. And we'll stop right about, we'll say right about here is where we should stop on that color. There it goes. That's the way. Okay. Let's pick that up again. Big that up. And we're gonna, there. Oh man. Yeah, that's a lot easier than trying to do each individual little thing, right? Yeah, it sure is. It sure is. Here, let me throw that color back on there, because we might need it again for something. But right about, ooh, I don't know. Let's go ahead and maybe wipe this rest of this color back off on the paper towels. Okay. Now these people are looking at me, asking me, you know, these little three people right here, these three little people. We'll call them the mice family, because someone meant to put nice on their birth certificates, but they accidentally put mice instead, so no one ever bothered to change it. I don't know why. I guess daddy mice, papa mice, just never really cared all that much. He actually kind of liked it. Did you know that? I didn't either until a couple of seconds ago, but I just figured it out. It's a wild story. Mostly one of great apathy. We're just taking some ultramarine here and the chrome yellow, and we're getting ourselves a little bit of a duller color. I'm going to use the alizarin on this one. I'm going to use the alizarin. There it goes. And I'm looking for kind of a yellowish A muted yellowish green. Something that's got a lot of, that alizarin in there, I think. There it goes. Yeah, this is actually looking pretty nice. I'm going to add just a touch more yellow. Because you know what I say, you should always try to make things a little, just add a little bit more than you think you should. Is the way I like to do things here. I'm going to take a little bit of the white on there and just, like I say, make it a little bit brighter than I think I should. Because sometimes paintings will surprise you, because you'll get things down and you'll realize, oh man, that wasn't as bright as, that needed to be a lot brighter than I thought. Yeah, it happens. Now be real careful when you do this, because you get paint too close to the edge of your palette, you're going to start getting it on your arm. That's no fun. I've gotten plenty of paint on my shirt that way, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Although you'd never know it by all the paint I have on my shirt. I always need a new one. Do you know that? I'm always in need of a new shirt. I'm always getting my shirts dirty with paint. I can never get them completely clean. And that's the way it goes when you paint all the time. You always need a new shirt, and you're always ruining the ones that you get. People look at you and think, you're filthy. And you're just going, I'm a painter, I can't help it. But they don't understand, because, in the 21st century, not that many people paint anymore. Only the people who have gone out with artists and stuff really understand. Well, that's part of your majesty, really. That's part of your interest. Okay. Now, here's the point where we gotta be a little bit more judicious about where we're gonna put things. All right. So, right about here is where one of our posts is gonna be. Okay. Or one of the little ledges that kind of sticks out. Okay, we got that one. Now, right about here. Oops. Yeah, right about there. There's gonna be another one. We'll just run it through the paint. Do that again. Okay. Here, let me grab my palette. I might need it after all, because I'm going to have to keep going back and forth for paint, I think. Alright. So we got that. Now we can kind of eyeball it here and start doing equidistant little notches like this, okay? There it goes. For this one. There it goes. Okay. And right here. Here. Any place where it looks like you might have missed a spot, go ahead and go back in there. There we go. That doesn't look bad. Okay. So now we got all those little spaces in the pier. It's got lots of little interesting things going on. These things are fascinating to paint. They're tough, but they're fascinating. Alright, let's take some of our color that we had over here and just kind of run it down right here. Some of that light color. Yeah, run it down right down that center. Or right down that area. Here. Might want to run it down again right here. Scratch it out to the side if you gotta. If you gotta. There it goes. Sometimes you get too much paint. Yeah, you get too much paint. It's alright. Here. I'm going to take that paint on the edge, right here, there, that's better. Okay. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to take my liner brush. I'm going to add some fun little details going down, up and down this pier here. Oops. I want this dark color that we have to be like water. Okay. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to find all these little spaces just like this. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw a little line like that down each one. Okay. Right next to it. Right next to it. Okay. If you need a little bit more odorless turpentine to make this more fluid, go ahead and get it. That's all I'm doing here. I'm taking a little bit of that odorless turpentine to get this real watery. And I'm going down. I'm going down right next to these little croppings out here. And I'm putting some dark color there so that they show up. Okay. That's really all there is to this. I don't know if you knew that, but now you do. Okay. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. And if you really want to, you can take some of that. You can take some of that color there and go down right next to it, like this. Like that. Okay? Yeah, you can do that too. Might even make it look a little nicer. Who knows? Who knows? There it goes. There it goes. And then we'll put one more like right here. Like right next to this here, I think. There it goes. Okay. There it goes. And let's get some more of that dark color right there because I didn't get that one. Alright. And there she is. That's all there is to it. Looking good. Looking good. Alright. Alright. Ooh, what do I want? What do I want? Ooh, we'll get some of this color. There. Just put a little color up and down there. Just to make it look like it's sort of blending in. Okay. That's all there is to that. And then, ooh, where's the separation between these going to be? All right, let's figure it out. Let's figure it out. Here, let me get out my round brush now. Because our round brush is going to be really useful in painting this kind of stuff. Sometimes a round brush is little hummingbird. Sometimes the round brush is really, really useful for painting all kinds of different things. It's one of the most versatile brushes you can have, and I really recommend getting one. Uh-oh, I got paint on my hand. There's no one for the bingo card. Ain't that the truth here? Let me just set that on the pad. Let me get this dirty piece of paper towel out of the way here so I don't do that to myself again. I just can't go an episode without getting paint on my hands, no matter what. There it goes. One of these shows, eventually I'm going to do it completely spotless. And then I'm going to get a daytime award of some kind. Because that truly is an achievement for the record. Okay. If you get paint on your hands like this, just try to wipe it off the best you can, and then wash your hands with soap and water, because eventually the oil paint will come off. It comes off a little harder because of the oil, but it comes off eventually. Okay. Now let's take this round brush here and tell you what, I'm gonna go into this little color we got right here. I'm gonna throw it down probably right about right in this area right here. There it goes. Yeah, that's a good place for it, I think. Here, we'll find this other person right here. There goes the other one. And this one's gonna go right there. Yeah, check that out. Nice, right? This one's gonna go like this. Okay. And this one's gonna go like that. Just like that. Alright. Boom. We've got some pier stuff happening. Pier stuff. Yeah, that really narrows it down, right? Okay. Here, let's go ahead and just rinse off that brush a little bit, or just wipe it off a little bit, and we'll get this other color down in here. And here. Yeah, this is the kind of greenish color that we had. This is the one we're going to use right here. There's a nice color, right? Yeah, that's a nice color. Ooh, don't mind that at all. Nice. Okay. Alright, I will take this brownish color that we made up right around the top of these, say right about here. We'll make that go that way. And we'll do this right about here. Okay. There that goes. And right about here. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't look bad at all. That doesn't look too bad. Nah. Alright, let's get the little knife out. Let's get the little knife out and maybe take some of that color that we were using over on the ochre, that ochre green color. Yeah, that's really narrowing it down, right? Okay, let's go ahead and pop this in. We'll start right about here, okay? Alright, we'll start right about there. And we'll take it all the way down this way. Alright, let me see if I can get this right. There it goes. Okay. See, there's a little bit of a bend in the pier like that, where it kind of goes down and stuff. Alright. There it goes. I think we got it. I think we got it. That's looking good. That's looking good. Here. Let me set that brush right there, because we're going to need him again. He's got a place of honor on the easel. Not many brushes get that, so you should feel pretty good about yourself there, Round. I just call my brushes by what they actually are. Call one filbert. Call one round. Call another 2-inch. it's ridiculous. Alright. Alright. Let's clean off this brush here. Little hummingbird there. Well, one thing you cannot say is that we do not have fun. We have fun here. We have a lot of fun. So if you're just joining us, I really hope you stick around, because we do have a lot of fun. We have so much fun painting these. And I gotta say that I've really lost track of how many I've done of these, but I'm so happy that we've made it to the 3rd season. And I'm so happy that people enjoy these so much. It means the world to me. I really hope that a lot of you people out there are getting a lot out of this, because I know that people watch these for various reasons. Sometimes people just want to learn to paint, or else they just want to kick back and relax, grab themselves a cold glass of something. You know, maybe you like drinking a beer, maybe you like having some coffee, maybe you just like, I don't know, maybe you just like having a soda. Whatever does it for you. I'm more of a soda guy, actually. Well, actually, I like coffee too, so either way, you can't really go wrong in my book. Beer's not really my thing. I'm not much of a beer drinker. Don't know. Just never have been. Sometimes I have one, but I don't really drink. Can't. What am I doing? He's got the place of honor. There it goes. Alright. Okay. Okay, we got ourselves some fun stuff here, don't we? Yeah, we got some fun things to do. I think we got these people we got to paint here. So let's go ahead and maybe get a little bit of odorless turpentine on this. Let's get a little bit of the blue and just take a little bit of, yeah. Yeah, we're going to get some of that blue and just take it into the white. Yeah, there it goes. And this fella right here, we're going to give him a little bit of a shirt. Just like that. Then we're going to kind of just give him a shadow side too. There it goes. And maybe we'll take a little bit of that color and make ourselves a little bit of a soft violet, because I have a feeling that's what that color is going to be. Okay. Alright, so this person's got a soft violet color on them. That's nice. That's nice. And a lot of times when you make clothes like this and you have little silhouettes of people, what people don't tell you is that you actually don't have to work that hard at making clothes for them. You can just use whatever you've mixed up on your palette and make something for them that way. Okay? No, you don't have to really work that hard. You don't have to go out of your way for these people. You don't have to go nuts. Just take whatever you got and give them some pants and give them a shirt. You want to create, if you have a few different colors, you can just, create some variations on your palette and do things that way. And look at this. I've already got this brown color here, so this is going to be a nice base for a flesh tone, I think. Okay. So we got those little heads right there. And we can decide if we want to take it any further. And we've already got pretty much all the information we need. And if we want, we can go ahead and take a little bit of the white too, and just create a little bit of, yeah, just like that. Don't have to do really anything else. I could put hair on them. Here, you want hair? Here. Put some hair right on this one right here. There it goes. I'll put some hair on this guy. There. That's all the detail they need. That's the thing about painting small things. You don't really have to put a lot of detail on it. You can just put a minimal amount of information. As long as you pretty much got what you need, you're good. You don't have to overthink it here. I'm gonna add a little bit of white on this, just to sparkle this up a little bit. And I think I'm gonna add a little bit of blue too. There it goes. There. A little bit more blue. There it goes. Oh, that's handsome. That's handsome. But the best thing about this is we don't have to really go wild with this. We can just add a little bit of white on top of this and it's going to be golden. For now, let's just pull that out. There it goes. Alright. And now we can imagine what this guardrail is going to be like right here. Now, actually, do we want to paint this lighthouse first? Because I feel like that might be a good idea. Yeah, I think that might be the thing to do. Here, I'm going to smear some of that. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take some of this paint back on the palette there. I'm going to close this up for a second so I can clean off my knife. Okay. Yeah, we're going to add ourselves. If we don't paint this lighthouse soon, none of the boats are going to be able to get back to shore. They're going to lose sight of everything, and it's going to get all foggy, and they're just going to collide right into the pier there. So there's so many boats at the bottom of that lake. Why there's so much treasure down there. Did you know that? Did you know there's lots of treasure? Yeah. Oh goodness. Having too much fun, that's what I'm doing. We're having too much fun. I didn't even know that was possible, but here we are. Okay, we got a little bit too much color there. I'm getting a little too much color. I'm going to get some of this. And we can decide if we want to add a little bit. Oh, we got a hair in the paint. That's another one for the bingo card. That's what we call the trials and tribulations of having long hair when you're an artist. One of these long hair hippie artists like me. Yeah. Well, what can I say? I know who I am. I'm a hippie and proud of it. Gosh darn it. Alright, we're gonna mix up a whole bunch of that. Just mix a little bit of chrome yellow into it, make it nice and orangey. Okay? And you just pull that out. And then you can cut across. In fact, we'll smear a little bit more. We got a little bit of white in there, just to give it a little bit of flavor. Okay? So here's how it goes. Okay. Yep. Right on top. That's all we're doing. Here it goes. Okay. And it's going to mix a little bit with the color underneath it. That violet color, but it's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's still a nice color. Don't let it bother you if the color gets a little dirty. Just try to keep it as nice as you can. And if anyone asks any questions about why the color's so dirty, just tell them it was kind of a messy day. It was raining outside. No one came home to clean it. Person who cares for the lighthouse just kind of let it go into disrepair because he was too busy that day. He had to go out and buy some jerky and tuna and stuff because he's a bodybuilder. He likes to live in that lighthouse, and he's got a whole weight set in there. He's got a squat rack and everything. Half the time he forgets to turn on the light because he's too busy doing his curls. But you know what? He's still passionate about his work. He's passionate. Well, he's passionate about bodybuilding. I don't know about his lighthouse. He has to go sideways through the door. It's so narrow. He's been doing too many of those shoulder presses. Turned himself into a big old triangle. That's what he did. Now he just walks around town saying he's got golden harmony or some nonsense. That he's a living embodiment of the golden ratio. Everyone just tells him, you need to take it down a notch. You can't even get in through your door. We gotta get 3 people to push you inside when you get back home. It's getting annoying. Okay, well, yeah, let's go over here. There it goes. There's a little bit of that. Okay. Let's go ahead and, get a little bit of white on there and a little bit of yellow. Well, I guess that's a lot of white and a lot of yellow, right? Right. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a little bit more yellow. And a little bit more white. Just a touch of each. Because I want to go one step than I think I should. One step further. Okay? That's all there is to it. Alright. Man, we're bordering on a flesh color here, aren't we? A little bit. Okay, we got that color all mixed up here. Now let's go over to this side. Looks nice. Yeah, looking smart there. I'm liking the looks of that. That's pretty cool. Okay. Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put the rest of that on there. Who knows? We might need that again. And I don't like to be without what I need. It's better to need it and not have it than have it and not need it. You all have heard that saying before, haven't you? Of course you have. Everyone's parents tell them that. Everyone's parents, pretty much. Okay, let's go ahead and take a little bit of the vermilion and the ultramarine right here. Mix these together. Get ourselves a nice little violet color. Here, I'm going to get a little bit more of the vermilion in there. We got a little bit of white just to give it a little bit of flavor. I might keep the color at the top just the way it is, but down below, I feel like it needs a little something like right here. There it goes. Just right there. That's all it needs. That's all it needs. Making some pretty good progress here, aren't we? Yeah, we are. I'd say we're doing great. Okay. Let's take that bright color that we had. And let's go right over the stairs right here. Okay. Right like that. Okay. And then maybe for the supports in the background there, we'll take this maroon type of color, and we'll just let me get the small side right here. Let's get got too much paint here. Too much paint. There it goes. Right here. Okay. There it goes. Right there. Okay. It's looking good. Looking good. I might want to get just a little bit. Ooh, did I get a little bit of paint on my palette? Yes, I did. Oh boy. I got paint on the palette, and not in a good way. You wouldn't think it'd be a bad way to get paint on a palette, but you'd be wrong. So here we are. Clean off the edge of the palette so I don't accidentally get paint on myself. Just like this. Okay. Oh, there it is. That's a good thing I looked again, or else I might have gotten paint myself in the end after all. Goodness gracious. Okay. Here. Let's just go up here. All right. Let's add a little bit of this. A little bit of the vermilion with some of the chrome yellow, just a touch of white like that. Okay. All right. And this is gonna go right down here. Okay. Right here. Because imagine that there's a little bit of a ladder leading up from the water here, and it's all red like this, right? Yeah, that's sweet. Okay, just like that. That's cool. That's cool. Now let's take some of the yellow that we were working with earlier and just create a couple of little things right in here. There. Like maybe they're little slats for a ladder or something. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. I think we got a lot of progress here. Let's take some of this color that we were using, this dark color right here, and we'll go right about here. Let's find a post where we think it's going to stop, like right about here. Okay. And then it's going to go this way, like that. Okay. Just like that. And the next one's going to go okay. The next one kind of goes all the way over that way. Okay. Yeah, there it goes. I'm doing is I'm just taking my knife and touching it. You don't really have to do a whole bunch of scraping and whatnot. You can just touch it like this and let the canvas take whatever it wants off your knife. Sometimes it's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to be perfect. Okay, right about, probably about here. There's a post. And here's a post. Maybe here's a post. Okay. Got all kinds of posts over here, don't we? Yeah, maybe about here's a post. Cool. Now, right about here. Okay, like that. Actually, we can go ahead and let's go ahead this way. There's a little bit of bump in the canvas there. A little bit of a bump in the canvas. Here. I'm trying to get it right to about here. Okay. Alright. So right about there. Yeah, that's good. It's not exactly what we're aiming for, but it's good enough. These are going to get a little bigger over this way because they got a whole lot of space to contend with. Alright, so let's whip up those posts now. So we want right about here. Okay. Yeah, sometimes this sort of thing happens when you got, a bunch of different things happening. Like, for one, you're working on a canvas that you already painted on. There's actually 2 layers of rails, but we're not going to paint both layers, I don't think. We're just going to paint the one. 1, 2, there's another one right here. Okay, and another one right here. Yeah, that's a good place for it. That's a solid place for it. Okay, good deal. Good deal. Okay. Alright. Now let's go ahead and add some light on this. No reason to get all fancy with it. Okay, and we'll just go ahead and graze the top of this. Okay. There's going to be a little bit of light on the top of those, and from this side there's going to be some light. Because notice how the light hits the lighthouse there. Yeah, that's the way it's going to be hitting. Okay. So we got that there. Okay. There's that. And okay, we've just about got everything covered here. Very nice, very nice. In fact, Here, let me scrape that aside. And let's go ahead and scratch in a little bit of a door. Right about, well, maybe not a door, but, well, here. Okay. There's a door right there. There's a window right there. Here. You know what? Let's not dilly-dally with that. Let's just put a little window right there. Okay? See, that looks pretty good, right? Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, we'll go ahead and wipe that on the paper towel. And we'll take, I don't know. Do we really need to do anything up here? Well, we at least need to put some rails up there. So let's take our liner brush. Get a little bit of disturbance on here. A little bit of this nice mix we got here. The first color that we were using. And let's just, okay. Make sure we got this all circled like this. Okay. There. And we're going to look for any stuff down below, like, I don't know. Yeah, we got that right there. In fact, we can take a little bit of the highlight color. Go down here. Like that. Yep. This side. There it goes. Okay. Okay, there it goes. Maybe up here. There. A little pier right up there. Don't have to spend too much time on that. Ooh. I know what we can do. We can get our round brush out. And then we can add a few dark colors in here. Like so. Okay. Like maybe we got a whole bunch of different colors going down here. Like maybe, I know what we can do. Let's just take our brush like this and cut down a little bit. Okay. And there we got ourselves a reflection. How do you like that? If we take some of the color that we were using, that dark color, and we kind of just go down amongst all these other little watery bits down here. Okay, get a little bit more of that paint right there. There. Okay. And we still got a lot of stuff we can get in here. There it goes. You know what we can get to? We can get a little bit of the water right here and kind of just there. Maybe go in here and there it goes. Really grind it in there. Okay. And we can also go in here, slap off a little bit of that paint, show it his boss, of course, and pull those down a little bit, and put a little bit of that paint in there. We can also rinse off this round brush. And once we got it all wiped off, we can go into this greenish color right here, and then maybe, who knows? Got a lot of reflections like that in here. Okay. Maybe, yeah, like that. There it goes. There it goes. Yeah, all kinds of stuff like that. Watch for those shadows, because they'll do some pretty wild stuff if you let them. Okay. Let's go with our liner brush here and get a little bit of this dark color. All right, and like that, and okay, there it goes. And you can go and create some water lines down here, like right there. Okay. Create some water lines like that. And it looks pretty neat. Okay. Take some of the color like this and just insert it into the reflections down here and make it go all kinds of wild. There. That's all you need. But make it all wavy. Okay, make it all wavy and add some white here and there. Add some white here and there, especially if you're going to go in with that color. There. Just like that. Add a little bit of white again, maybe a little bit of the chrome yellow too. Who knows? So now we got the reflection of the lighthouse in the water. That turned out pretty neat. We can also go ahead and pop in some of the little things down here too, like you know, because waves, they kind of just break up like that, and they're all over the place. They reflect all kinds of different colors and lights and things like that, and yeah, okay, there it goes. There she goes. Okay. Okay. There it goes. Okay. Looking good, looking good. All right, so we're getting onto the home stretch here. What we want to do is very quickly, very quickly. Here, let me let my brush off and tear off a piece of. There it goes. Okay. Oh boy, I got a lot of red on my hand, don't I? Oh, of course I do. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I have lots of red on my hand? Oh goodness. Here, let me set my paddle down for a second. Make sure that. Okay, no, that's not coming off easily. All right. Well, in that case, let's just go ahead and see what we come up with. Here, let's go into this. Ooh, wait, I should clean off the knife. I almost forgot. That could have been really bad. Whew. Whew. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm trying to move so fast. Well, that's okay. Here, there we go. Now, as we go down in here, all you gotta do is kind of just, imagine all the rocks like this, you know? Yeah, as soon as you got one down, you can go in and get yourself another. There's a rock. There. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. There's another rock. Yep. There's another one. You know, as you put your knife down, you'll be surprised where all these rocks are. There's a big rock right there. Yep, there's a nice rock right there. Here you go. Alright. And here's one right over here. Okay. There's one right there. Oh boy. Oh boy. I think we got ourselves quite a collection of rocks here. Here, let's go ahead and get that and get this over here. And maybe there's one right there. Yeah. Yeah. You're finding all kinds of rocks, aren't you? Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. No shame in that. Okay, we got a nice collection of rocks here. Let's go ahead now and imagine what they're all going to look like with a highlight. Well, I got some ideas. Pretty much you're going to amount to, let's get some blue in here and get some of this highlight going that we had earlier. Okay. We pretty much just want this to be a lot bluer. But we still want that mix of the phthalo green and the alizarin crimson and the ultramarine. Okay. There. That's about as dark or light as we want it. Alright, so this is going to go right about in here. Okay. Now any place you see, dark, you just want to insert that blue. Alright. That's really all there is to it. Okay. And right there. Yeah, cool. Now the thing about doing this is that you're going to see a lot of dark colors still popping through there, but the point is that you want to try to get as much in there because it's going to create that nice flavor. Like imagine that's where all the shadows and stuff are. Okay, maybe we got a lot of, maybe we got some in there, and maybe we got one over here, and one right there. Why not? We got one over here. Okay, right there. There's some more. There's some more. Okay. There's some more. Alright. Look at that. Look at that. You know what we can do? You know what we can do? We can kind of go down here and just imagine like maybe the rails are casting a shadow over this way and they're kind of going wherever they want over the rocks and stuff. There. Yeah. Okay. Because there's maybe another rail behind us, but it's kind of hard to see it. Okay. There it goes. All right. Now, for this final bit, we're gonna want to repaint the people because they got a little lost earlier when I was redoing when I was doing the rail over there. I didn't make it enough. That's okay. It's okay. Well, here's what we can do. I can take. Got myself a little bit too much paint there. Okay. Here, I'll find one's head right about here. Okay. Find another's head right about there. Another side right about there. That's good. Okay. Now let's add a little bit of, yeah, we'll just add a little bit of that white. Okay. And if we want a little bit of hair on them, we'll just add it right here. Okay. Okay. Now, for the clothes on this one over here, we'll just add a little bit of the, well, let's add a little bit of the blue color that we used in the rocks. Here, we'll add some blue right there on his back to create the shadow. And we'll create, well, something from the colors we still have. And we'll throw that right on this person here. And maybe we could take some of that color that we used and just throw it on their back. So it looks like they stand out a little bit. And hey, we already got red too. So let's go ahead and create a little bit of a color from what we got on the brush already. Go down here. And then we'll take some of this dark color here that we still got. And we'll have a good old time putting this color on them. There it goes. And maybe we'll just create something out of all this. Give them some pants. Okay? Give them some pants. Yeah, they're all going to have purple pants. There it goes. Okay. There they are. I'd say we handled that pretty well, didn't we? Okay. Okay. Here, I'm going to get my liner brush. And I'm going to get it nice and nice and little up in here. I'm just going to kind of make the brush wave back and forth a little bit. Create these little things in here. You don't want to do too much of this. It's easy to overdo it with stuff. Okay. That's about as much as we want to do. I think we got this. We got this. Here, let's go into our vermilion now. Get nice and soupy, and all these people are ready. They're excited. All the boats are ready to rear and come in because there's a storm brewing. Unfortunately, they're all gathered at the pier right now, so they're gonna crash anyway because they don't know how to socially distance their boats. They forgot how they've been quarantined for so long. In case you're watching this later, this is filmed during a pandemic, so that's why they forgot how to operate their boats. Anyway, I'm going to sign my name right here. S.K. My initials. And with that, the painting's finished. Okay, so, well, let me go ahead and rinse off my liner brush, because if I don't, I might forget to. You always want to rinse off your brushes. Clean off your brushes, because if you don't, ooh, it is going to be rough later. It's going to be real hard to get that paint off those bristles. So clean them off. I can't emphasize that enough. Anyway. Really hope you enjoyed this episode. I had a lot of fun painting this one. This was great fun to paint on a black canvas. I always enjoy working on these black and dry canvases, just as kind of a change of pace. That's what it is for me. Anyway, I hope you had fun with it too. And I hope you give this one a try yourself in the near future. See what you can do with it, or just take the ideas away and try your own stuff on your own. Well, that's about it for today. I've got to go and relax myself. So until next time, with love from me to you, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.